A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John chapter 10 verses 11 to 18. Passage taken from the Message version of the Bible. I am the Good Shepherd. The Good Shepherd puts the sheep before himself, sacrifices himself if necessary. A hired man is not a real shepherd. The sheep mean nothing to him. He sees a wolf come and run for it, leaving the sheep to be ravaged and scattered by the wolf. He is only in it for the money. The sheep don't matter to him. I am the Good Shepherd. I know my own sheep, and my own sheep know me. In the same way, the Father knows me, and I know the Father. I put the sheep before myself, sacrificing myself if necessary. You need to know that I have other sheep in addition to those in this pen. I need to gather and bring them too. They will also recognize my voice. Then it will be one flock, one shepherd. This is why the Father loves me, because I freely lay down my life, and so I am free to take it up again. No one takes it from me. I lay it down of my own free will. I have the right to lay it down. I also have the right to take it up again. I received this authority personally from my Father. The Gospel of the Lord. Reflections on Gospel according to John chapter 10 verses 11 to 18. Shepherds spending a lot of time in isolated places with the flock meant that they build a loving relationship with their sheep. The shepherds called each sheep by name, and the sheep recognized his voice. Wild animals were the greatest dangers to the flock. The shepherds were prepared to fight against them. The image of the shepherd is often used in the Bible to refer to the leaders who were assigned to protect and lead the people. David was called by God from the sheepfolds to shepherd the Israelites. The kings of Israel were often compared to wicked shepherds because instead of feeding the flock, they fed themselves, exploited, dispersed, and killed the flock. Shepherds were often hired hands who worked for a salary. They did not have any emotional attachment to the flock, and at the face of danger, they fled. They were not interested in the fate of the sheep, but only in the salary. But the Old Testament also uses the image of the shepherd for God who guides, protects, and nourishes his people. He gathers the lambs in his arms and gently leading those that are with young, says Prophet Isaiah. Jesus' statement, I am the Good Shepherd, with which today's Gospel begins, refers explicitly to the fulfillment of this prophecy. He is the fighter who, at the cost of his own life, confronts anyone who endangers the sheep. He has the figure of David who faced the lion and the bear that carried off a sheep. He pursued and knocked them down and rescued the victim from their mouth. Jesus undertakes a more dangerous mission to rescue his sheep, his people, that he willingly offers his life for them. The Good Shepherd Sunday is a reminder and an invitation for every disciple of Jesus to cultivate a heart of a true shepherd who is not satisfied with fulfilling the minimum requirements. We are all shepherds. Gospel wants us not to behave like the hired hands who always have a lot to complain and are satisfied with merely fulfilling the given duties. Love knows no boundaries. Whoever has a heart like Jesus does not count the cost. They do not stop in the face of any obstacles, risks, or sacrifices. The fate of the one who offers his or her life is not death, but the fullness of life. Making it a gift is the only way to recover it. Unless the grain of wheat falls to the earth and dies, it remains alone, but if it dies, it produces much fruit. Those who love their life destroy it, and those who despise their life in this world keep it for everlasting life. Jesus, the Good Shepherd, calls us to be good shepherds of His sheep.